Hello everybody, my name is Tyler, and today I have a very special video because it's going to be advanced techniques of how to use banelings and how they can help you in your matchups. Now, burrowed banelings in my opinion are extremely underused and have a ton of benefits to them, and I'm going to be going over some of the techniques you can use that will help you in your games. Starting off with some of the more basic techniques, I'm going to be going over common attack paths. Now if you take a look at the spawn locations here, I spawned down here in the bottom right, and my opponent spawned here in the bottom left. If my opponent were to attack me, he would most likely be attacking me from this direction. So you're going to want to place your burrowed banelings in strategic positions. So I'm going to go ahead and place about 3 banelings here. You want to spread them out a little bit nicely even because their attack path might be more shifted towards up here. They might be coming down from over here. You never know, but you want to leave enough space. And 3 to 4 banelings are enough. So jumping ahead to where the attack comes in, we can see right here, taking a look at the army, my opponent has a ton of marines, 34 in fact, 5 tanks, and this looks like a pretty scary push for what I have. But by using burrowed banelings, I'm able to reduce his marine count by a ton by timing it perfectly. You want to wait until the marines are right over your banelings so you can get the maximum damage. And as you can see, he went down from 34 to 14, and a lot of his units are softened up. Now his marines have half or less health. His tanks are actually softened up quite a bit too, and then I was really easily able to clean these up here. So burrowed banelings are great for taking out your opponent's army, but they can also be used for economic damage. If you burrow banelings where your opponent will take a third, or even a fourth as well, you can actually take out all their SCVs when they do a major transfer or a major mule drop. As you can see here, I have quite a few banelings here. I believe I have 1-1 on these. You can't see because they're burrowed right now. But they will be able to take out a lot of SCVs when that moment comes. So here comes my opponent's orbital here, and here comes a large SCV transfer from him. And there will most likely be a large mule drop as well. Now we wait for these to get in a nice position, and we blow them all up. Taking a look at the workers killed, we only killed 9, not a whole lot. Probably should have waited for a mule drop, or at least some more SCVs to build up, because there is no threat at all for them. With the advantage now that we have, we could do a nice push here and clear up the rest of this base. Now for an advanced technique. As you can see, I have these burrowed banelings set up here. They're not on an attack path, but I can make them. I'm going to take my stack of mutas here, and I'm going to be flying them over to bait the marines out. So as you can see, I head over here, force the stim on all of his marines. He's running over to chase these mutas because he thinks he can get a few kills. But meanwhile, these banelings are sitting right underneath. I wait for them to get as much surface area as possible, and then detonate them. And as you can see, I took out pretty much his whole marine force. He's left with just 23 marines. Some additional things to note are that burrowed banelings do take 2 seconds to burrow, and they are most useful in the mid to late game. Burrowed banelings can force your opponent to either be constantly scanning or add a raven to his unit composition. And when you combine all of the techniques, they can be extremely cost effective, and I believe they should be used more specifically in the later mid to the late game. That's when they can turn out to be extremely cost effective. Burrowed banelings can be used in other matchups as well. For example, in ZVP, they can be used to hold off zealot sentry pushes, although Zergs don't commonly go banelings, but if you are going for Ling Infestor, then this can work. Destroy the threat of force fields. But also in the late game in ZVP, when you do that versus High Templars even, or if they do have some sentries as well, then you can just completely negate the effect of force fields, and it's extremely cost effective. And here comes his push here, and all his sentry and HP. A bunch of zealots go down as well, and I eventually managed to clean up his army. But yeah, in the late game, they're really good versus Protoss, and in Zerg versus Zerg, they're also very good against Lings as well as Hydras. If you go like Mutas, your opponent is forced to either get Mutas of his own or Hydras. If he happens to go Hydras, then burrowed banelings can do really well against those Hydras. But I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. You want to just do them everywhere in the late game as much as possible on common attack paths. And for those of you who are saying that You want to also incorporate the cost of Burrow and how expensive that can be, which is 100 minerals, 100 gas on the layer or hive. It's almost an essential upgrade because it has so many uses. If you're getting harassed at like a base, one of your other expansions, say if I was getting harassed here by a bunch of zealots, I could just burrow all my drones. So you'd want Burrow anyways, so there's no point in saying, well, I have to spend the money for Burrow as well. But I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys learned something. I recommend you guys to go try out Burrowed Banelings. They're a ton of fun as well. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.